Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and in today's video, we're gonna do a quick unboxing and first impressions review of the Yealink SIP T33G IP phone. But first, before we get into this review, remember, you're watching the #1 channel on all things business phone systems and business internet, tips, advice, and just educational videos to help you make the best buying decisions when searching for new services or hardware. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our content. Okay, so first and foremost, big thank you to the folks over at VOIP Supply and to my contacts over at Yealink for coordinating sending us over for unboxing and review. For those of you who may or may not remember, we actually did a short about the Yealink SIP T33G, and this IP phone is a special one. While it's a Yealink, and for those of you who frequent the channel, you know that we love Yealink over here. This phone is actually what seems to be turning out to become the new free phone. Polycom has recently had some shortages with their chips or their semiconductors and whatnot, which has caused a little bit of strain in the market. We expect Polycom to bounce back from that, but in lieu of that, the famed Polycom VVX250 has become in short supply, and we've seen more and more suppliers that still offer a free business phone promotion with new accounts or new service agreements giving out the Yealink SIP T33G. Now, let's go ahead and jump into this unboxing and first impressions, and I'll show you guys what we got in the box and also give you a little bit of insight into the specifications on this phone. All right, so here we have a quick start guide. So it looks like here in the manual, you've got, your contents is supposedly the IP phone, the handset cord, quick start guide, Ethernet cable, which is nice because a lot of phones don't include that. Power adapter, it says it's optional. So just keep that in mind. So this looks like we've got our actual phone. Yealink SIP T33G. Also in the box, you've got your connector cable to connect the handset to the actual base station itself. Ethernet cable, as we discussed earlier, which is in here also. Looks like this is a kickstand for the back of the phone. And then last but not least, your actual handset here that connects to the phone. So here is your internet port here, where you would actually plug in your Ethernet cable, whether it's coming out of your wall plug or coming straight from your router or switch, so that you get internet to this phone. Here, of course, is the PC outlet, which is a pass-through. So for those of you who may only have one drop on the wall and you want to be able to use that one cable to connect here to get internet for the phone, but then come out and go back to your computer or back to your laptop or whatever it may be. So this does have a pass-through on it. And here is your DC 5-volt adapter for anybody that actually needs to be able to use that. So it's got a port here to be able to connect to a headset and also connect to the actual phone itself. So this is for the actual handset, and this is for an external headset if you have one that has an RJ9 type plug-in. So here is all of your actual box contents. So here we are, the Yealink SIP T33G. It is not a bad looking phone by any means. It definitely has an entry level look to it. It's not quite as sexy as some of the other phones in the series, like say the Yealink T54W and some of the touchscreen phones that Yealink has. The chassis is very basic, kind of expect a little bit more color, but you see here's your handset. It's got HD voice capability like all the other Yealinks. It's got the standard, signature speakerphone that everybody's used to seeing. That's kind of the circular speakerphone module that's behind the actual handset. Like I said, it's got the colored buttons, and I've actually seen this thing in action. So it's like, green for available, red if somebody's on hold or blinking. So it has your pretty typical look as most of the Yealinks do. Let's hop into some of the specs here so I can tell you guys a little bit about those, and then I'll give you my honest impressions on what I think about the phone at a glance. So the Yealink T33G is classified even on their website as an entry-level phone. It has Yealink's popular HD voice, as I already mentioned. It has a 2.4-inch 320 by 240 pixel color display, which is also backlit. It has dual port gigabit Ethernet, so now you know those ports that I showed you on the back are indeed gigabit, which is good. It does have PoE support. It says that it has Opus codec support, which I would assume has something to do with the sound quality and probably creates like very small sound packets to be able to not only offer really good HD voice, but to also utilize your internet bandwidth the best as possible. It says it has up to 4 SIP accounts, and what that means in layman's terms is it is a 4-line capable phone, which you can see actually right here. So that means it's got 4 simultaneous ability for calling, which is usually sufficient for most people, but keep in mind if you want shared line appearance, like you want true shared line appearance and not to use the digital shared line appearance, you would probably want a Yealink model that has a lot more visible line capability on each side of the screen. It says it has local 5-way conferencing. Okay, so that is impressive because most phones at the time of this video and most of the ones that you guys have seen me review or that I have laying around the office, they are 3-way conference only. I'm sure most of you watching this video have done a 3-way call before with, say, mom and a relative or something like that, where you call somebody else and then you call a third party and then all 3 parties are able to talk. This is 5-way local conferencing. So that's a big deal because I have a lot of customers that their phones are only 3-way conferencing, and so they pay the extra monthly fee with their VoIP service provider to get Conference Bridge. You know, if you need Conference Bridge and you need to talk to 20 or 30 people, that's one thing, but some people only usually need to go maybe 1 or 2 parties past a 3-way. So that's actually a really interesting feature. It says it has unified firmware, support for YDMP and YMCS, and it says it has a stand with 2 adjustable angles, which I actually was playing with before I set this up. I have it sitting at the highest angle right now, but you can put it on the lower angle, which brings it down just a hair so that if you're sitting up maybe higher and you want to look down on it. It says it is wall mountable, but there was no wall mount in the box, so I assume that means that you would have to purchase that, obviously. Those are usually not that expensive. And then last but not least, it says power supply is sold separately. Okay, so I actually found out about that wireless thing, that support for EHS wireless headset support that I mentioned to you in the description. On their website, it literally says, in addition, the T33G can be used with the Yealink EHS 35 cord, and it says in paren, coming soon, for use with Yealink wireless headsets. Okay, so what does this mean essentially? What I believe this means is that this phone does not support wireless connectivity to a wireless headset natively. It means that there is an adapter, which you probably would plug into the headset jack, that allows for you to connect a wireless headset to this. Now the catch is, it says on their website, Yealink wireless headsets, which means it probably will not work with any headset, only a Yealink headset. While I think that's not such a big deal because you guys have seen me review headsets like the WH66 and the WH67 and a few others, you know, there's a lot of other nice headsets out there that are non-Yealink. So that is kind of a bummer if it only works with Yealink wireless headsets and doesn't allow the flexibility for you to use other headsets. And speaking of bummers, let's get into pros and cons right now, or what I think of the phone. So starting with the pros. First of all, it's got a really good entry-level price. I want to say the price on this phone, if you buy it outright, is somewhere between about $86 to $90. This is one of the free phones with a few providers at the time of this video. A lot of providers are starting to adopt this as the free phone that they offer with that promotion. It's a 4-line phone. Most of the companies that I have worked with tend to find that nobody in the office, with exception of maybe a receptionist or something like that, needs anything that's got more than 4-line simultaneous call capability. Therefore, this is sufficient, so that's a pro there. It's not bad to look at. It doesn't have as much color and as much to the design as some of the other Yealink phones, but it's nice to look at. The buttons and everything on this are very ergonomic, which is pretty normal with most of your Yealink phones. Everything is kind of logically where you would expect it to be. It's easy to move around in the menus and things like that. The function keys make sense, make logical sense in comparison to where they are. So that is one thing that's actually really nice about the phone. Another pro of this phone, or several pros, is obviously it's got the HD voice. It's got a good speakerphone like most phones do. The gigabit Ethernet port and pass-through is obviously a huge pro, and the adjustable kickstand. It's not as adjustable as I'd like it to be, but it's there for anybody who needs it. The final big pro that I like about this phone is the 5-way conferencing. That is a big deal, you guys. I mean, most all the phones at the time of this video that I've reviewed, even some of the newer ones that are significantly more expensive than this phone, only support 3-way conferencing. So to have a 5-way conferencing built into this without having to have a conference style phone or pay the extra monthly cost for a conference bridge with your voice over IP service provider, that is a huge pro. So let's jump into cons. There's really only 2 that I can think of, but one of them is kind of a big one for me. First of all, this thing doesn't support Bluetooth from everything that I've gathered. And that's kind of a con because I've noticed that more and more phones, even some of the entry-level phones, are starting to support Bluetooth, no questions asked, in a world where everybody's going remote and everybody is also trying to minimize the desk a bit and become more hands-free and be able to move around a bit more, whether it be in the office or in the home office. That's a pretty big con for me, but the biggest con of all, and I searched this phone all over, from what I have gathered, there is no support anywhere on this phone to plug in a simple USB headset like such as this. And that is a pretty big con in my mind. That is the reason why earlier in the video I said that I don't know that I would still say that this is better than the Polycom VVX250. Polycom VVX250, first of all, is smaller than this phone, but the screen is actually bigger. So it's got a nicer screen that I think has a little bit better resolution, but the phone still somehow is smaller. But the Polycom VVX250 has USB built into it. It doesn't have the wireless EHS support like this is talking about, but you can put a dongle on it and get wireless support. But the USB port lacking on this phone is kind of a big letdown for me. It's a big con. Keep in mind, you do still have support to connect directly to a headset through RJ9, which was the port that I showed you guys that was on the side, which is actually over here. It's this other port, but there's no USB that I can see anywhere on this phone, and I'm a little disappointed about that. So that is my honest first impressions, review, and unboxing of the Yealink SIP T33G IP phone. I like it. It's not the best entry-level phone that I've seen, but I like it. I mean, for what it is, for what you're getting for the money, it's not a bad phone. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below about this phone. I'm also going to have a link in the description below this video where you can go and see the price of this phone and whatnot. Suppliers that support this phone at the time of this video that I know of would be RingCentral, Vonage, Nextiva, and there are many more, but those are the three that I know of that we've had people recently actually adopt this phone and use it with. As always, if you found this video interesting or helpful, go ahead and give it a like. Remember, you're watching the #1 channel on all things business phone systems and business internet service related tips, advice, and educational videos to help you make the best buying decisions for service and hardware when you're looking for new products or services in the market. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of our new videos when they release. As always, this is Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll catch you guys again in the next video.